right? Uh, the world is talking about AI, and people are saying like our jobs are going to be replaced by AI. Yes. So today we will see about what those buzz are, right? And how can a developer build an AI agent from scratch. That's what we are going to see in this session. Yeah. So before starting with this session, right, a simple introduction about me. So I'm Navayan Subramanian, having about like 4+ years of experience in building web and mobile applications. Right, those applications which I built are currently being used by millions of people in the world right now. So that is a brief about me. Right. So let's get started. Yeah. So I want the session to be like more interactive, which I mean is like you can unmute your mics. So I haven't actually uh, turned off the uh, controls to unmute your mics. You can actually turn on your mics and you can ask your doubts whenever you want and clear them out right. Yes. So I'll start presenting my screen for AA agent. Okay. I hope you can see my screen well and nice. Can you all see my screen? Okay. Okay. So let's start with it right now. So what is an AI agent in the first place, right? So we would have all used ChatGPT, right? Currently uses ChatGPT for many reasons. Yes. So we ask questions, we ask doubts, we ask it to generate a content, we ask it to correct a grammar. Yes, we use it in many different ways, right? But uh, that's just a tip of an iceberg. Which I mean is like the things that we are doing using Chat GPT is only a certain extent that we can do much more using that, right? So that's where an agent comes in. So have you all tried this? Like if you go to Chat GPT and ask it to send an email behalf of you, like you generate a content and you want to send that content to an email. Can Chat GPT do that right now? Do you think Chat GPT can send an email when you ask it to send it using the GPT console? Is it possible right now? So it will generate you the content, right? But unfortunately, it cannot send the email from your email address. Why? Because like ChatGPT needs an access to your email that it cannot be granted right now. Yes, because like we have so many security concerns, and we don't want to grant ChatGPT the total access towards email, right? That would be a catastrophe because it can do anything. So what ChatGPT can do right now is it can generate you the content, it can assist you on how to send an email, but it cannot send the email directly on behalf of you, right? So that is the current system of ChatGPT or current system of AI that we use. But AI agent is something that is a step above that. So let's say like I create an AI agent to generate a content and send an email. This AI agent can do that, right? So that is where AI agent comes in. It can basically perceive, which means like it can get the input from you, right? It can process the input, that is the thing, right? And it can act based on what you want to do. Let's say like you want to create a task in your to-do list, it can do that. uh, you, you wanted to send an email, it can do that, right? Or you wanted to make some other actions through an API or something like that, it can do that. So this third part, the act part, this is the part where the agent stands out, right? So we can automate most of the things using AI agent. So let's say like uh, at the start of your day, right? You want the sports news to be uh, delivered to your email. What you can do is you can create an AI agent which analyzes all the sports news and can take your preference. Let's say like you don't want the sports news of any sport. You want the sports news of a badminton or you want the sports news of a cricket, right? And you want specifics in it. You don't want the sports news of the politics. You want the sports news of a specifics like how much run a player has been scored or what was the point of an yesterday finals of a badminton match. So you want these specifics. You can give the preference of yours, and that AI agent will get the AI news, apply the preference of yours to those AI news, and will send an email to your inbox stating that, hey, this is your preference, and this is the AI news for your preference for the day. Right? It can do that. So let's say you the another use case of is something like you go to Instagram and you see a post of a handbag or you see a post of a what is it, a t-shirt or a shirt, right? So the currently how Instagram operates is something like this. The creator will say like comment PP, which is price please, to get you the price of the particular product, right? That's because we don't have an AI on processing those comments. But let's imagine you have an AI for processing those comments, right? You don't have to comment PP. You can comment whatever it want to buy it for you. You can say like, send me the price of this, and AI will took the comment, get the context of the post, and send you the price of the particular T-shirt which contains in that post, right? So AI agents are basically an advanced layer of AI that we built to provide more context to the AI and extract more information from the AI, right? So that is an AI agent. You can see it here, right? So the next part is like, what are we going to do with this AI agent? Like, how are we going to build it? So the point that we are going to build it here is like, we have something called as a master. So I will share you the link of it in this chat. So this is a framework that we currently use to build an AI agent, right? So they provide all the outstanding layers that we can use it to build an AI agent in no time. And this is going to be an interactive session by which like uh, I'm going to share the code, share my screen, and show you the code on how to do it, right? And I'm going to show you an interactive demo of what we are going to build, right? So before me proceeding to the next part, you can ask me any doubts if you have right now, and I will be happy to clear those. You can unmute your mics and ask me any questions you have, and then we'll proceed to the next part. Do you have any questions on what is an AI agent? You can ask in the chat if you have any doubt. Yes, someone raised a hand. Okay, so let me proceed then. What's the difference between AI agent and generative AI? And what is a non-autonomous? Okay, so non-autonomous or something like the session that you're actually interacting in chat APT is a non-autonomous, right? But autonomous AI agents are something which can act on behalf of you, which can basically act on any part of the system that you want. So let's say like you want the AI agent to create to-dos on behalf of you, right? That is an autonomous AI agent basically, right? So that is a non-autonomous and autonomous. And the next question is like, what is the difference between AI agent and generative AI, right? Okay. So I mean, the difference between both are basically like uh, very much uh, thin, right? AI agent can actually generate you the response and act on behalf of you, which means like it can basically do works that you actually do in your daily life, right? Generative AI is basically a term to basically mention a type of artificial intelligence that we currently use. So, for example, like ChatGPT is a generative AI, right? Because the full form of uh, ChatGPT is generative pre-transformer, right? So, it basically generates a content. It chat the only thing ChatGPT is best at do is like it can predict the next word of a sentence. Let's say like you give a sentence to it, what is that is a sentence. It can complete the sentence. That's what ChatGPT is trained to do. And the category of AI that we use currently now is called as a generative AI. Do you understand my answers? Awesome. So let's proceed to that, right? So master is a framework that we are going to use to build an AI agent. We are going to see like what are it and what is it and how are we going to do it, right? So I'm just skipping the code part because we are going to do it in the code where I will be sharing the screen and doing it. So let's speak about the real world use cases, right? And then we'll jump into the code and define what it is and how it is. The real world use cases are like very much simple. Whatever a human can do, can AI can do it also, right? Let's say like there is a person who analyzes the incoming queries of a customer and answer it and make some actions, right? They can do it. Or let's say like someone is a, a student is completing their 12th standard and they want to choose the right college for their preferences and their and their like the cutoffs, right? So basically, there will be a advisor to do it, but we can replace that advisor with an AI agent so that like that particular member, the particular student can talk with the AI agent to clear the doubt and make an action because of it, right? And I mean, in most of the websites, you would have seen this knowledge-based Q&A, right? We will be asking about a particular product to an AI. So you log into a website and you have a doubt on how to use the product. What we can do is like they will ask questions on the product and the AI will guide them through on how to use it, right? And yes, the advanced features of the AI agent is memory, chains, analytics, custom tools, security, and streaming. We will be seeing about each and every one of these cards while we are actually generating the code. So I'm just skipping to the best part. So I will be sharing my screen where I have actually developed an AI agent for a demonstration purpose using the code, right? So I'll stop the screen share. I'll go to my VS Code. Yes. So can you all see my code editor? Awesome. So this is a demo project which I have created for a demonstration purpose, right? So we are going to develop a financial advisor AI agent. So this AI agent is going to advise you on like how to manage your finance and how to manage your investments, right? This is going to do it. We'll first see a quick demo on what is it actually doing, right? So give me a minute. I'll basically instantiate the AI agent. Right? Okay, share my screen now. Awesome. So I'm going to first run this AI agent, right? So this is an AI agent which we're actually currently seeing in the screen, and you can ask any of these things to it, and it will answer. So I'm just first reading it. Let's say what it replies, and it replies like, "Hello, how can I help you? Assist your financial needs. Whether you have a questions about investment, financial planning, or market analysis, I'm here to help." So let's start with the basic question, right? I'm telling it to. I have a budget of 10,000 rupees, 10,000 INR for this month, and I need to budget it for my living. I have rent, electricity bill, and food and entertainment. So these are the expenses that I have, and I'm going to ask you to give the best split using this 10,000 rupees, right? See what it do, and it provided you with the response, right? It says like you can take 40% for the rent, food is 30%, right? Electricity bill is 50%, and entertainment is 50%. So when you see it, 4,000 rupees goes for the rent, 3,000 rupees goes for the food, electricity bill is 1,500 rupees, and entertainment is 1,500 rupees. But you can see it here like it doesn't have what to say uh, anything for the investment, right? I'm going to ask it to allocate some amount for investment, right? And what's going to do is like it's going to split my budget into some other different chunks so that I can also invest, right? So now it's telling me to reduce the rent to 35%, which is 3,500 rupees. Food is 25%, 2,500. Electricity bill, it asks me to reduce my electricity bill, so I need to reduce my electricity consumption. And it asks me to reduce my entertainment budget, 2,000 rupees. And it asks me to invest for 20% of my income, that is 2,000 rupees. Right? Now I'm going to ask like by where can I invest this 20,000? 2,000 rupees, right? So it's giving me the options right now. It's giving me mutual funds, it's giving me stocks, public provident fund, which is PF, fixed deposits. So you see the whole picture, right? So this financial advisor AA agent is specialized in giving you the financial advices, right? That's what it do. So this is a simple demo of what we have built right now. Now we will go through the code, right? So, before me proceeding to the code, do you have any questions that you want this financial advisor AI is going to ask for? You can send the questions in the chat, and I will be asking the question to that AI agent, and let's see how the AI agent is responding. Right? Do you have any questions that you can ask this AI agent, and let's see like what is the response is going to be. You can send the questions to the chat and I will be copy pasting it to the AI agent. Can it give advice on the real time? So I'm afraid no, right? Because like you cannot do it. So let's try that too, right? So I'm just going to ask it, can you give me the stock analysis of Google, right? Let's do it. Okay. So it gave me the stock analysis of the Google, but it's cross check it, right? So current price, it says like $144.92. Let me go to my browser, check Google stock price currently right now, and it's $200. So it's not accurate, right? It's not even near, and it's responding to us based on its previous data, right? And this is where we can actually improve the AI agent. So if we go to the tools that we provided to it, right? So get current stock price and basic information of any public traded company, right? This is the tool that we have actually given to it. But if you see it, we didn't took, we didn't hit an API to get the real-time data of a particular stock, right? So this is basically a random code. It gives you the random price of a stock, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this to the cursor chat and ask it to change this tool so that like it fetches an open API. Change this tool to fetch the real-time data from any free API we have. So let's see if we have any free API that we can actually use to fetch a real-time stock of the data. There is some API called Alpha Vantage API, which provides free stock data. Let's see what it do. Right? But in the meantime, like let's go to the code and see like what we have built. Right. So this is Master, and we have only one agent here, which is financial advisor agent. Right. So this financial advisor agent is here, and this is the prompt that I have given to it. Right. So I this is the prompt. You are a professional financial advisor with extensive experience in investment and manager and financial planning. And these are the expertise areas of this agent. And these are the tools and capabilities. And these are the guidelines. And these are the communication style. So this is how we define an agent. And we added it some tools. So it says like we just enhance the tools of a particular thing. So let's see like how this does. Right? So we want the AP key of an alpha key vantage. Okay. Just going to get a free AP key here so that we can. Okay. I got the AP key. We go to the code and replaces this AP key, right? I'm going to run it again. Now give me the stock price of Google. Let's see if this answers good. Now it's correct, right? If we can go to the Google and see the Google stock price, it's $206.9, and it's giving me the right numbers for it. But I mean, if you are having a chat GPT right now in your machine, right? You can go to the chat GPT and ask it to give you the price of a Google, and it will not give you the right price. If unless you haven't actually turned on the how to say the internet search, right? So that is the difference between an AI agent and a GPT tool that we use. So what this AI agent do is like when it needs the stock price, it calls the tool like get stock price, right? And we are actually fetching the price for the Google and returning it so that like it analyzes it and it gives us the right price, right? So this is a one good question, Jane. So do you guys have any other questions that we can throw to this AI agent and get answers from it? Or can we proceed to the next part of the session? Awesome. So let's go to the code now, right? And see like how this AI agent is set up. And as we can already see, this is an AI agent that we created and have these instructions, right? And there are like three parts in an AI agent, right? One is the instructions, right? Another one is the tools, right? And next one is the memory. So these are the basics of an AI agent, right? The instructions that we give defines the AI agent's responsibilities and the scope, right? Tools which we provide helps the AI agent to give more accurate information, right? For example, if you saw in the demo, at first it gave the wrong answer for Google's stock price, but once we defined the right tool for it, which is stock price tool, it gave us the right answer, right? So that is the tools for, and memory is for to remember what you asked. So if you go into this demo, you can remember like we we first told the AI agent that we have a budget of 10,000, right? But my second question is like allocate some amount for the investment. I didn't repeat that I have 10,000 and I have these categories and all. I just asked the next question and it directly fetched my preference and the previous data from the previous chat, and it inserted to this current chat and it gave me an answer, right? So this is in memory. ChatGPT does it right. It can remember things for you. It can remember your preferences, can remember how you speak, and it can remember your tone, and it uses the memory to give you a perfect and clear answer, right? That's how a personal assistant works, right? So that is the three major pillars of an AI agent, right? And it it have some other things too, like temperature, max steps. These are like the configuration that we give to an AI agent to make it more accurate, right? So let's first go to a single tool and see like what it do, right? So let's go to the stock exchange tool that we have, which analyzes the stock and gives us a response. So you give a tool an ID and a description and input schema, right? So this input schema is basically like to accept an input from an agent, and we get this input, execute this, and give an output to the particular AI agent, right? So in this case, we get the input, right, and we make an API call, get a response on the API call, and process the API call, and give the response in this structure to an AI agent to process, right? This is a simple example of what a tool is. So now let's see like what is a memory, right? Memory is basically a fine object which the AI agent uses to store the memory, right? So if you can see here, we have a master.db here, right? So this is the database. I mean, I could not open it in the Visual Studio Code right now, but this is the database that the memory the agent uses to store the values and retrieve it, right? So you can use any combinations, you can use any prompts you want, and you can create an agent for anything, right? So this is a difference between a normal chat GPT and AI agent. So AI agent can automate most of the things a chat GPT cannot do it, right? So this is a simple demo of how to build an AI agent and what it can accomplish on our behalf. So you can try it, right? So you can go to master.ai. That is the website. Read the documentations and develop a simple AI agent on your behalf and see like how it works. And you can ping me in my social media handles. I will be sharing you my website link in the chat, right? Pin this too, and you can ask me any questions you have after this call. That's not going to be a problem. So that's all I have this for the session, guys. I hope it helped you all, right? Now let's answer the few questions that we have in the chat. So the next question is like, if you give incorrect spelling of one word in our command, will it autocorrect? Yes, it will autocorrect. So let's try that too, right? I'm going to give another command to change my budget to 20,000. But instead of budget, I'm going to change the spelling to something like this, bucket, right? Let's see what it do. See, it asks you to assist you efficiently. Could you please clarify what you mean by change the budget to 20,000? We we didn't say budget, right? We said bucket, and it corrected it, and it's asking us a further things, which means like, are you looking to invest $20,000 in a Google, or do you have a different investment strategy in my mind, right? It asked me, you said it to change the budget to 20,000, but what should I do with the 20,000? I'm going to say like use it for living, and instead of living, I'm saying like just live in, right? And it understood it. It sounds like you're consider using your $20,000 for budget for living expenses. So it can correct the spelling mistakes. That is going to be a simple task for an agent. That's not going to be a big overload. So Chetas having a doubt in installing React Native in my laptop. Chetas, you have my email ID, I guess, uh, or you have the link of the Discord channel that I used to respond to. We can communicate these doubts through those channels, and I'll be happy to assist you on those things. Which technology have you used to build it? So I have used Node.js for now, right? Node.js with Master as a framework. If you want, I can share this repository code with you all. You can go through it if you want. That's not going to be a problem, right? But the framework that I use Node.js with Master. Yes, you can visit my website, Shatus. There you have a lot of information on how to communicate me, but I cannot really share my phone number on this behalf. You can mail me, or uh, you can join my Discord channel there, right? And I will be active on it for most of my time. And yes, so give me a couple of minutes, right? Let me share this code to you to GitHub, right? So do you have any other questions, guys? I will share you the Discord link too here, right? Okay, it's nice. So this is the repository link, right? We can view the code here on the AI agent that we just actually saw, and you can use it to demonstrate what are things that you want and play with it, right? Some okay. So we have a few more questions and we will answer it and wind up the session, right?